Welcome to Jacques Stories. We're a couple from Romania exploring the world on a budget. Join us as we visit our bucket list destinations and show you how to travel affordably and enjoyably. You'll see stunning travel photos and get tips for your own budget-friendly adventures. This year, we'll take you to Norway for the Northern Lights, a quick trip to London, a photo journey through Spain, and then Japan and Malaysia, showcasing the best of Asia. Subscribe and hit the bell to join our adventures. This time, our adventure began with a flight from Romania to Oslo. We spent a couple of days there, then flew to Tromsø for an amazing and full Arctic experience, and finally returned to Oslo before heading back home on a flight from Norway to Romania. Our journey to Norway started with a 3-hour flight from Romania, landing about 50 kilometers outside of Oslo. We chose to take a bus to the city as it is cheaper and easier to book. The scenery on the way was splendid, with picturesque landscapes and charming villages. We were so thrilled with our choice. Upon arriving in Oslo, we took a short stroll to the city center, soaking in the extremely fresh and cold air, the stunning views and the vibrant atmosphere. Oslo has a unique charm with its mix of modern architecture and historical buildings. We stayed at Anchor apartment in Grünerløkka, a beautiful hipster neighborhood known for its renovated classical Nordic buildings. This area is also home to the famous coffee brewer Tim Windelbu, where I bought some amazing coffee beans. That evening, we explored Oslo's incredible food scene. We opted for delicious Asian food, which was both tasty and budget-friendly. The variety and quality of food in Oslo are impressive, making it a great destination for food lovers. The next day, we got up early to visit Tim Wendelbu's coffee. The coffee was exceptional, and the experience was a treat for any coffee enthusiast. We then walked through a beautiful snow-covered park towards the central area. The park was serene and picturesque, a perfect example of Oslo's natural beauty. In the central area, we visited the main square and Parliament Square, both bustling with activity and surrounded by stunning architecture. Our first major stop was the Nobel Peace Prize Museum. This museum is a must-see, offering fascinating insights into the history of the Nobel Peace Prize and its laureates. The exhibits are engaging and thought-provoking. After a quick pastry and a coffee break, we headed to the Norges Folke Museum. The museum is incredible, representing the entire history of Norway from ancient times to the medieval era, the Industrial Revolution, and up to the present day. It even includes a building that showcases different eras of apartment living in Norway. That attention to detail is outstanding, making it a highly immersive experience. The museum is located in a forest area on an island, about 40 minutes by bus from the central area, adding to its unique charm. Plan to spend at least 2 to 4 hours here to fully appreciate everything. We learned that using Oslo public buses requires the right app. Firstly, we downloaded the wrong app, but a kind bus driver helped us, so thanks to him, we could enjoy our journey in Norway without any hassle from there on. We walked 38,000 steps that day, almost beating our record from Rome in 2018. Oslo is a fantastic city for walking, with so much to see and explore. After another delicious Asian meal, we called it a night, preparing for our early flight to Tromsø in the Arctic Circle the next morning. Oslo left us with beautiful memories and a strong desire to return. It's a city that perfectly blends history, culture and natural beauty, making it well worth your time. Our journey continues as we venture into the breathtaking landscapes of Tromsø, Norway. Let's dive into our Arctic adventure. We started our day bright and early, checking out of our IKEA-style hotel in Oslo and making our way to the train station on the thin ice. Literally. Rushing to catch a train to the other Oslo airport, we embarked on a short flight with Norwegian Air. The views from the plane were simply mesmerizing, flying over the majestic fjords and snow-covered landscapes. Landing in Tromsø was an experience in itself, with our hearts racing as we descended on a tiny island surrounded by bridges and mountains and a little snowstorm. After a crowded bus ride from the airport to the city center, we walked through the streets adorned with snow and ice to reach our shared apartment. Without wasting any time, we headed to the port of Tromsø for our first Arctic experience. With chasinglights.com, we boarded the bus. We embarked on an 8-hour adventure chasing the elusive northern lights. Our journey took us firstly to a pristine valley where we marveled at the breathtaking sky. However, as clouds began to gather, our guides led us to a clearing surrounded by forest where we set up camp. As we waited in the blistering cold, we indulged in marshmallows, cookies and hot beverages, seeking refuge from the polar chill inside the warmth of a bus from time to time. And then it happened. The sky came alive with the dancing colors of the northern lights. It was a moment of pure magic, unlike anything we had ever experienced before. Returning to Tromsø in the early hours of the morning, we were filled with a sense of wonder and gratitude for witnessing such a spectacle of nature. After a well-deserved rest, we embarked on our next adventure. A scenic boat trip through the fjords on an electric catamaran. The journey was nothing short of extraordinary, with breathtaking views at every turn. We explored traditional fishing villages and captured the beauty of the fjords in Norway. Our evening ended with a taste of local cuisine, including whale steak and tuna burgers. A culinary adventure we won't soon forget, but not for the reasons you might think. It was clearly not our favorite. The following day, we set out for another unforgettable experience: reindeer sledding in the fjords. Visiting a reindeer farm, we learned about their conservation efforts in the face of global warming and development. It was a moving and enlightening experience, leaving us with a newfound appreciation for these majestic creatures, and also for the Sami culture. As night fell, we had planned to trek up the hill in Tromsø for a panoramic view of the city. However, a strong storm forced us to change our plans, but it didn't dampen our spirits. We wandered the city once again, taking in its charm and beauty. Our Arctic adventure in Tromsø came to a dramatic end as we flew out early at 5 a.m. on that stormy morning. The snow was heavy and the takeoff bumpy, but we landed very smoothly in Oslo. We rechecked into our accommodation, the one before the IKEA-style one, and set out to make out the most of our last day and a half in Norway. Oslo's picturesque streets, colorful houses, and friendly locals welcomed us once again. We took countless photos and indulged in amazing cuisine. One of our favorite discoveries was the brown cheese. I mean, it's incredible. If you live in Norway, please send more our way. Despite the cold and icy streets, we explored several indoor museums, like the Metro Museum. Fascinating, offering a deep dive into the history and development of Oslo's public transportation system. Also, Vigelandsparken. Hope we pronounce all the names in this blog clearly and hopefully better. Vigelandsparken was another highlight show, showcasing over 200 sculptures by Gustav Vigeland. The park is an artistic marvel and a testament to the human emotion and form. The next day, we revisited Oslo's central area. We highly recommend the library with stunning architecture, an inviting atmosphere, and very entertaining interior, because you have a lot of levels there, and on each level you can actually interact with a lot of places, do a lot of stuff. But I won't give you any spoilers. You must visit. The Oslo Opera House also is another must-see, allowing you to walk on its roof for panoramic views of the city and the fjord. The central district is filled with attractions, including the Royal Palace, the National Gallery, and the Akershus Fortress, which we visited at night. The blend of modern and historical architecture set against the backdrop of natural beauty is truly captivating. One thing that stood out to us was how seamlessly the city integrates with nature. Whether you're strolling through the city parks, walking along the waterfront, or just exploring the surrounding fjords, Oslo offers a perfect balance of urban and natural environment. We believe Oslo is definitely worth a longer stay. There is so much to see, so much to do, from cultural experiences and historical sites to incredible food, outdoor activities. Whether you're visiting in winter for the snowy charm, like we did, or in spring for the vibrant greenery, Oslo has something to offer for every traveler. As our trip came to an end, we faced one last adventure. A series of flight delays with Wizz Air, of course. Our flight was delayed 3 times and we ended up spending 8 hours at the tiny airport 50 kilometers outside of Oslo. While it wasn't the most fun experience, we were still riding high on the memories of Norway's beauty, the northern lights, the Arctic, the reindeers. Norway was an incredible experience, from the vibrant city life in Oslo to the breathtaking natural wonders in Tromsø. Before we wrap up, we want to share our budget and spending details to help you understand how doable this trip is for those with a medium-sized income, especially from countries like Romania or Eastern European countries. So here's a breakdown of our expenses for 7 days and a half for 2 people. In total, we spent approximately 16,890 NOK, which is roughly Opmiron, or $1,650. For a week-long trip filled with unique experiences and stunning sights, we believe this budget is quite reasonable. We managed to enjoy Norway on a budget by planning ahead, which is really important, by choosing cost-effective transportation and accommodation options, and prioritizing our spending only on those experiences that mattered most to us. So for anyone wondering if a trip to Norway is feasible on a medium income, Yeah, absolutely it is. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Norway. We hope our experience inspires you to embark on your own adventures no matter your budget. Drop a comment if you have any questions or if you've ever been to Norway. If you love travel and photography, subscribe to Jacques Stories and join our adventures. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. And do not worry, we are doing this for fun and maybe help people change their mind about the fact that travel is cumbersome and expensive. So these updates will be few and far in between. No spam here.